Hello everyone and welcome. In this video I'm going to be reviewing the American psychological thriller film Fractured, made in and released around the year of 2019. It had a world premiere at the Fantastic Fest on September 22nd and then later released on Netflix on October 11th, again of the same year. The film was directed by Brad Anderson, who's had a lackluster career with nothing to mention other than being the director of the film The Machinist in 2004 starring Christian Bale. Not a great film either, with its most memorable aspect being the method acting portrayed by Christian Bale losing some 60 pounds to portray an anemic insomniac. The film was written by Alan B. McElroy, who himself also had a lackluster career with nothing under his belt worth mentioning. The film Fractured was produced by Koji Productions and Cow Island Films, among others, and was distributed by Netflix. The information regarding the film's budget and box office profit is unknown. I assume it is because the film lost a lot of money and the owners, investors, and individuals involved wanted to keep this information private for that or unknown reasons. It's to anyone's guess as to why that is the case. The film had a runtime of around 100 minutes, which is common of the films in this genre. Cinematography was helmed by Bjorn Carpentier, edited by Robert Mead, and music by Antoine Sanko, all of which only really did a decent job in this film. No memorable cinematography, editing, or music. All of which are generic and uninspired, an example of which would be the ringing sound that occurs when a character hits their head. More on that later. Now I'm going to be going over the cast before going over the plot and then an overall review of the film. The film stars Sam Worthington, who himself has had a lackluster career comprising of mediocre or generic films, with his only real success being that of the Avatar franchise, directed by James Cameron, and other films such as The Clash of the Titans as well as The Wrath of the Titans. Next up, the film stars Lily Rabe, who I can't wait to see more of. She's had a lot of acting credits, excited to see more of her in the future. That is it for who stars in the film, since the remainder of the cast is relatively unknown and does little to no work. Now moving on to the plot. So the plot of the film entails a married couple driving in some remote state for some reason or whatever. They get into an accident injuring all of them. They drive to the nearest ER hospital only to have the daughter and the wife checked on. The husband waits in the waiting room. He waits for many hours until checking up on them to see when they'll be released. He finds that they tell him, the ER staff that is, that his wife and daughter have never been checked in and they don't have any record of that happening. This of course leads him to believe that they're hiding their tracks of some sort of kidnapping of some kind. So overall, that's the plot. I mean, how does the film stack up overall? Well, in the case where there are both general audiences and professional critics such as myself, the film is just average. I mean, all the ratings from IMDb reports a 6.4 out of 10, a 59% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 3 out of 5 or 3 out of 6 from Common Sense Medium. I consider the film to be mediocre and generic. It's worth watching for sure, not really. If you have something better to watch, then go ahead and watch that. Other than that, go ahead and give it a shot if you have nothing else. The film overall isn't bad. Remember that average is not bad. If you're a film lover like myself, you'll go ahead and give the film a chance to see what it has to offer. From here on out, I'll be going over spoiler details about the film by reviewing the negative qualities and then hopefully by the positive near the end. Anyways, we find near the very end of the movie that no such event has occurred and that what really happened was that his wife and daughter had died during said accident, and the injuries they sustained in said accident is what caused them to hallucinate the entire thing. On paper, that sounds like a cool thing, but nowadays people can kind of see that coming from a while away. Overall, the film was just okay. One scene I find a little bit humorous, though, was that he had the option of buying either batteries for his daughter's toy for this long drive or 2 shot bottles of whiskey. He chooses the whiskey, which I find funny. Worst dad of the world award goes to blah, 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 blah. You know how annoying it is to make these videos when you have a full-time job and I gotta edit them and I gotta reread. Why aren't you guys subscribed? Why am I not having 60 million subscribers like all these? Okay, I'm gonna try to redo that. Anyways, the most accurate and annoying aspect of this film is the portrayal of the ER waitstaff. We've all been there before. You sign into the ER for something minor or mild, and then you wait anywhere from 1 to 4 hours just to get admitted or let alone see by a doctor. The front desk people at the ER are overwhelmed. The number of old people checking in for minor things like a sore elbow and what have you. And man, does this film advertise it to no end. It emphasizes it ceaselessly. Every ER front service personnel seems so disinterested in helping and processing anyone. It gets so realistic to the point where it's annoying. Like anytime he walks up to a front desk ER lady, they are like, it's almost as if they're annoyed to deal with you. The average citizen walking into an ER is annoyed. They're unhappy that they're sick or injured and have to come to you. And then for you to act like close-ups are on unattractive faces to induce feelings of uncomfortableness and uneasiness. You know the director went to film school for that, right? How cool is that? He went to film school, and in the entire process of him going to film school, his is film school, right? You're going to film school for 7 years. That's what he learned. That, you see, look, you see that? I'm gonna zoom in right there. That's what he learned. He learned that one technique in the entire span of being indoctrinated communism and freaking bullshit during that one little span where he actually learned a little bit of film techniques or whatever. The film is no way political, but rather uses the unpleasant aspects of hospital check-in to do two things. One, to further delay the care of his family that they so desperately need, adding a little bit of suspense, which I like. There's a little bit of suspense added to that. If you're hurt and you need help, but there's stupid paperwork in the way, that adds suspense because all you want to do is rip through this paperwork in order to help the people who actually need help. Two, implying some sort of scam being perpetuated by the hospital in relation to organ trafficking. This is slightly alluded to when he's checking the family in and the insurance department and the lady asks them, they have some focal points where they ask some weird topics about the blood type and if asking she's an organ donor or whatever. That's pretty much it in terms of the bad stuff. It is a decent movie overall, with its best quality being the writing and acting coming in second with the two leads. The writing upon first viewing does leave the viewer suggesting or guessing as to whether or not there is organ trafficking ring going down and that you're in for a joyride, only to be blue-balled by a basic, oh, he hits his head twist, and that all this happened on his head. That's pretty much it for this movie. I can't really recommend it too much. If I were to give it a rating out of 10, I'd say, I don't know, like a 6. All right, everybody, that's it for this film review. The movie was only decent, as mentioned earlier. Sam Worthington, if you're listening to this, you need to fire your acting director, your acting coach, your management, your agent. They are screwing you, bro. Lily Rabe, ugh, you're so beautiful. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and be doing a new segment on this channel where I'm gonna be reading fan letters and whatnot. At least I hope they're letters. I really do. I hope they're letters. I mean, this one could be like another. Let's see. It's another death threat. That's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and save that one for my lawyers, and I'm gonna go ahead and open another one for you guys. Okay? I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go ahead and open another one. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open another one. Let's go ahead and see if it's something good here. Dear Enzo, my name is Nick. I'm from Alaska. I have to agree with you. There are a lot of YouTubers who put nothing in their videos, and I mean nothing. They're not funny. There's little to no editing, and if there is editing, it's just common shock value zoom-ins and zoom-outs. Yet they have millions of subscribers, and they have millions of dollars, and they don't do anything with that money, and they're pathetic. And I really hope one day that you get millions of subscribers for doing little to no effort in your videos, because you do little to no effort in your videos. I hope you make all the money you're bitching about, and that one day you actually can buy something stupid like a better lighting kit, better microphone, and actually promise to give us better content. I'm not going to read any more of this. I think it was disguised as someone trying to be sympathetic to my situation, but they're just saying mean things in the end. So we're going to go ahead and read another one, okay? All right. I do hope I make a lot of money doing this. It'd be so awesome to do this and make a lot of money instead of clocking in and doing manual labor like I do at a prison. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read this one. The last two weren't really good at all. I think this is going to be my last one. I'm not going to read any more of these if you guys are just going to be mean. Okay, so let's take a look at this here. Dear Enzo, my name is David. I want to tell you a story about my great-great-great-uncle and something silly he would tell me. It stuck with me all my life, and I just wanted to tell you this. Okay? Let's see here. There was a real cool, mean guy, kind of like one of the dudes in the film Tombstone, where he would just roll up on some horse. I'm guessing this is a Western. He's not really clarifying. So this guy would roll up on some horse. He'd roll up on some horse and be the meanest guy in town, winning all the bets at the gambling casinos, starting all the fights, and finishing them. That's pretty cool. One thing about him, though, is that he really hated kids. I mean, he really hated kids. Anytime a kid would bother him, he would just beat the heck out of them and kind of put sense into him. He would always say the phrase, kids are always meant to be seen, not heard, and whatnot. Anyways, there was one day where this kid threw eggs at his horse and house one time late at night. So he threw many eggs, So he threw many eggs at this, I guess like this mean gambling guy's house a lot at night. The guy would then go to his gambling buddies and say, hey, I know exactly who threw the eggs at my house, watch this. The kid came running into the candy store, and he gathered his buddies and went to the candy store to then grab the kid by the throat. He was choking the kid, lifting him up off the ground, choking the kid so tightly that his face turned blue. Before the kid lost consciousness, though, he made sure he was looking him in the face before ripping his nose hairs out and stuffing them in the kid's mouth before strangling him with greater force and then throwing the kid on the floor. My God. I know this because the kid in the story is my great uncle. He's the one who told me about this all the time and never feared a man more. Anyways, I think your channel is awesome. Keep up all the good work. Thank you and bye-bye. Okay. That was freaky. I didn't want to read that. Don't send me any more of those like that, okay, guys? Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for watching. I love all of you. This small, dedicated fan base I think is so much more awesome than having millions and millions of people. The money's whatever the hell. I'll do my best to donate it whenever I can. You guys are great. Again, thank you so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.